So I've been studying the superpowers, the Empire, the Federation, and the Alliance. One video was suggestion maybe to have a little foothold in all three of them. Some factions, superpowers only have certain ships. Like the Federation's got the cutter. Well, I don't know. So there's this video. There's a couple of videos. I'm going to go over these videos again. Because this is the whole idea behind, well, it's not the whole idea. I mean, you could just do different things in the game. I'm interested in
talk about expansions, investments, and how you're going to take over a new system.
This is a good video. Let's see if we can...
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous with Down to Earth Astronomy. Today we're going to dive into the BGS guides again. I haven't done one in a while, so I thought it was about time that I went back to it. And today we're going to talk about how you get your faction, your player faction, to expand into a specific system that you've decided on, and how you control the whole expansion thing. And as an example today, I'm going to be using this channel's community's own player faction called Terra X Astro Corps, which of course you're more than welcome to join. Just follow the link for Discord and find the Terra X channels over there, and you will be able to get all the information you need. Now, you can see here that we are currently in two systems. We are in Akatuvan, and we are in our home system, of course, LP. So, for today's example, we are going to...
so what is he using?
So imagine that we want to expand into this system, CE35. It's not currently on our expansion target list, but I'm going to use it as an example regardless. It's a very big system. There's a ton of stations.
Is this
and we're going to come back into what we actually need to get into the system. Now, the way you get your faction to expand is to hit over 70% influence. So if we go back to our corp here, we're going to LP. You can see here that we have definitely had our peak here, where we peaked over 70%. And this is when we had our expansion into Akatuvan. Because when you go over 70%, you can begin to trigger the state called expansion, and this is the state at which you will expand into a new system. Now, of course, as you make your way up to 70% in a system, you're gonna be passing the 60% mark, as we talked about last time. When you do that, you will initiate a conflict, or you will most likely initiate a conflict if they're not in the.
It might be. Bear with me here. Commander's Toolbox. I think that's what he's using. I don't. Other tools. Let me resize this thing again here. So there's some tools. I don't know. The engineer. That's GitHub. Fuel rats. Neutron star supercharging. Shipbuilding website. I don't know what that is. Might be this database. Shield tester, other tools. Okay, let's see what we got here. The neutron plotter. Huh? Well, that's awfully white. Oh, this looks like what he's using right here. I don't think I have this bookmarked. Let me just drop out of that for a second here. Hey, Chihuahua. Let's see what this database I know. Search and find your faction. Actually, wait, let me back up. There's station systems, bodies. TILIALA. So, I've been gleaning some information regarding some roleplay, which I haven't actually looked up. I'm still not into figuring out this stuff about trading just yet. Let's go over here and see if we can figure out. This looks like this is INARA.CZ. 231 low-temperature diamonds, each selling 1.5 million a pop, made us more money than we've ever had in a pilot's account in one night. A shoddy, quickly thrown together Type 7. We want to go to... I don't know what I want to go to. Minor factions. Powers. Rankings and statistics. Systems and stations. Type a star system name. Let's use this one. Just for kicks for now. Because I was looking at it. And it's being, it said it was, I forget the word was, like, the Alliance and the Independents are kind of fighting over the system. Okay, here's the chart right here. So these are the minor factions that's involved. So you would have to go to each one of these to find out if they were in a war, and then somehow I forgot what he said now. This one? Oh,
Updated in game, but often it will happen now.
Oh my God in heaven. I think that's going to fill up too much of the web page. Wait, it's not going to fill up anything if I don't show it. Oh, it does actually kind of show it on there, doesn't it? Let's play this one.
Around, 1 o'clock in game time. Okay, so here we are. We are Purple Syndicate, and we want to move up, and we want to take over the station owned by State Interstellar. Now, in order to take over a station, you need to initiate a conflict, and there are 3 types of conflict in the game. There are war, civil wars, and elections. Now, the difference between wars and civil wars is if the faction is native or non-native. So, for instance, Paula Interstellar is native to the system, whereas a faction like Social Faust is not. So if these two were to go into a conflict, it would be a war. But because we are also native to the system, Paula Purple Syndicate, that means we will go into a civil war. Now, if the factions had the same government type, for instance, these two, it would go into an election instead of a war, regardless of whether they were native or not. Same government type, they would go into election. The difference between those states, I will come back to those later on in the video. No, okay, so in order to initiate a conflict, you can do 2 things. Either you can try and match influence with the faction you want to go to conflict with. You need to stay within 5%, and if everything else aligns up, come back to all this later, you will then go pending, and you would then have the state start after a few days. Again, more info coming later. Alternatively, what you could also do is you could just boost your faction up over 60% influence, at which point you would go into a conflict with the controlling faction in the system. If you're, of course, the controlling faction yourself, nothing's going to happen. And if the faction you want to take over the station is not controlling the system, then you would go into a conflict with the wrong faction. So often you would have to try and match influence, but in some cases you can just boost to 60% and then initiate the conflict like that. Okay, so obviously we need to boost our influence. We are at 2% and they are at 48%, and we need to stay within 5% of them to initiate the conflict. But we can see there's a lot of factions in between, and as we move up, we will move within 5% of these guys, of these other guys. So, and we don't want to start an accidental conflict with them. We're not interested in that. So we would have to make sure that we did a little bit of legwork beforehand. Now, the two first factions here, we can see they are both below 5%. If you're below 5%, you cannot go into a conflict in the system. So these are not going to be a worry to us. So we can ignore these for now. So that means we just have the social lines and we have PV Hydra left. So let's open up social lines first and have a look. We can see that these are in 3 systems, all in all, and they are not in a conflict in any system. Conflicts, or actually all states, are global. That means if you are in a conflict in one system, you cannot go into a conflict in another system. It would be a blocking conflict or a blocking war. So that's exactly what we want to happen here. We don't want to be able to, we don't want an accidental war with the social lines here. So what we could do is we could head over to, we can see here we have a yellow indicator here saying they are already within 5% of another faction. We can open up here and we can see indeed they are within, they are very close to another faction here. So we could potentially just start a conflict between these two guys, and while they were busy fighting over here in this system, we could then, in the other system, pass by them and not be in the chance of starting a conflict over in Pauta. So let's have a look at these guys.
That's tricky. So, so like what he's saying is, so let's go, like we'll go to each one of these. 2, 3. Wait, this is... That's these two here. So there's 8%. So there's those two. Those are within. They're in elections. So what he's saying is these two are in elections. So if we go back here and look at Talela Dominion, if we were a faction below that, we could go above them because they've got elections. They've got elections going on. I believe that's what he's saying. That's why that red one is there. So let's go to the next one here. Oh shit. So this one, Conservatives of Talalia. Wait, we should be in, yeah, Conservatives. We're starting from the top down or something. So here, there's something going on. So they've got something going on with this group. Conservatives of Atua. So they're at war with the Kiva resistance. So effectively, we could go above this group. Well, what about these guys? Talija Jet Life Incorporated. Did I go buy them? So they own this. They own this system, and this system is in conflict with this group. So they're in conflict. They're in conflict. Videjo. Now this group is not social Talalia resistance, so they're not in conflict. They're in this star system. Okay, so they're the only one in that star system. This group here. So let's see. Let me find them again. So whoever this group is, Democracy Federation, present in one star system, one station, controlling one station and two settlements. And their influence is 13.9%. They were in civil war here. So now nothing's happening there. Let's see, minor fraction. Influences in all star systems for 30 days. When too many systems are present, the systems with the biggest swings in the last 10 days are prioritized. Oh wait, they control, according to this, they control these three. Oh, these are the three stations within that system. That's a planetary settlement. So the next one is Telelia Dominion. I don't know why that's there. They don't have any either. Oh, there was a civil war right here. Civil war. They were in civil war with somebody, and they lost influence. So why were they in civil war, I wonder? With who? Player faction, no. That's not a player faction. Oh, wait, what about the other ones? That's not a player faction. No. Supporters. Pirates of Telelia. Anarchy Independent. I mean,
It does not look like they are in a conflict anywhere. Now, When matching influence, it has been theorized that you need to cross influence. You can see here, if we zoom in a bit on this graph down here, you can see the influence has actually been closed for a while, but they have never started a conflict, which might indicate that you would have to flip the influence of the two. So you would have to make sure that the organization here got higher influence than the social. Some people seem to disagree with this. We have seen situations where sometimes you would have to flip it in order for it to initiate the conflict. In other situations, it would just happen on its own. So it's a little confusing exactly what triggers it. But flipping the two would definitely be a good place to start if you wanted to try and initiate a conflict between these two guys. Okay, so that's one way to do it, and alternatively we can see, let's have a look at PB Hydra as well here. You can see they have a lot of systems, but they're not really pending. If they were pending a conflict, they would have a red warning light here. And again, we could go here to this system, could be a good candidate. Smaller system is easier to influence. The fewer missions or less trade you have to do to gain a lot of influence. Same thing here. We could go and move these guys up for another influence. If we just have a look at these influence, these are not in any other system, so we could use those as well. Alternatively, which would probably be a lot easier, we'll just do it in our own system. So run missions, for instance, for the Social Alliance, boost those up until they match influence with the PB Hydra, and then start a conflict between those two guys, in which case we could then freely pass by them because they would be too busy fighting each other. Okay, so now let's say that we cleared away. We have set blocking conflicts in the other systems, and we're now ready to begin to increase our influence. Now, before we do that, of course, we also have to have a look at the state interstellar. So let's quickly go, I'll close some of my tabs here, and have a look at state interstellar. And immediately we see a problem here. We have a red warning light here from HR 3991. And we can see over here that Interstellar, here they are currently in election, which is a conflict state, with Purple Fortune Company. Okay, so we can see here that they are currently in an election, but they are already 5% apart, meaning that the election is already ending. Now, it's not already ended. We can go into the graph and actually see when this conflict started. Let's see, can we see that? It's actually quite difficult. So what we would have to do is we need to clear this, because this, as long as they're in this election over here, we cannot start the conflict in our own system. So it would probably be a good idea to head over here and run some missions for Paula State Interstellar, and to move them out of this election here. Now, before we do that, we need to look at some graphs from some of the posts that I will show you down below. For instance, right here, this is an overview of the different states and the timers. You can see here, for instance, election. It has a pending time of 3 days. That means when you get locked into the conflict, the election conflict or war, civil war, they will be pending for 3 days before it actually starts. Now, as soon as you're pending, you don't have to stay within 5% any longer. You can move away if you want to.
That's a famine state.
Already there.
Now, you can go. I can go into. Let's do this. Because I'm the type of person that, like, there's systems that are, or there might be systems that are in famine state. So let's say, like, I was looking at this other system, but let me just clear some of this mess here. So, like, right now I'm right there, which doesn't matter that much. I mean, so the yellow dots, those are independents. The red ones are the Federation, and the blue ones are Empire. There's a shitload of Empire and independence. Wow. And then up here is where the Alliance people are somewhere. Where the fuck are they? Do I have this map turned right? There may be a way to turn this map such that the green dots come up at the top. this is the power play map. So if you look, I look at it as the Alliance group being up at the top. The Empire is expanding down there, and the Independents are mostly yellow over here, and the Federation's kind of like all around in the middle. They're like sandwiched in between. Something like that, yeah. But anyway, I'm kind of looking at, I don't know what purple is. What is purple? There's blue. Oh, what's this? High profit system, medium profit system, expansion, overview. Oh shit, I didn't. Open power overview. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Fuck. Get back to this. There's overview, there's expansion. Systems available for preparation and expansion. Oh, holy shit. So these systems are available for preparation and expansion because they're failing. That's the Empire's system. Because that's part of the Empire's system, controlled by Felicia Winters. They're having issues. Me, as a game player, I'm more interested in the systems that are like in the real. This is a model on the Galaxy, sort of. So I'm kind of interested in the Wolf systems, like Bernard Star, Tau Ceti Alpha, all those systems that we talk about early life and stuff like that. Okay, so there's control events occurring on control system. Now I don't know exactly what all of this means. Is that... See, this is where... See the credits, is the command credits are in the minus. Fortification 102%, undermining 56. This one's undermining, like it's being undermined or something. Fortification. See, they're trying to fortify. When these are fortified, that means each cycle is like a week. It starts on Thursday. Everything happens like on Thursdays. Like it all happens all at once. It's sort of like a turn-based type of thing. So there's some crap going on there with the Empire, I guess. Now, I don't know why they're showing loss-making control system, low profit control system, high profit control system. I don't know. It only shows up in these ones that are preparing to expand. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what I'm doing, but I got the general idea of, like, I'm just kind of showing what the heck I was doing. Oh, let's go back. Let's just go back to what he's talking about. Oh yeah, now I remember. Okay, now I remember what I wanted to do. Because I saw that graph there. So here's my thing, okay? Oh, no, no, no. Just don't do that, please. I gotta get back out of that crap. Alright, so here's my thing. Alright, so if we go to map, go to... There's something here now. Let me find it. There's realistic. There's power play. Oh, what's this? Oh. These are the 8 or so. Oh, I see what's happening. It shows them on the map here for each one of them. Now see, they're not being fortified. This is Felicia Winters. Like, her place has got a lot of problems. Oh, well, I guess they are being fortified. Or they're trying to fortify, huh? But they're in the negative numbers with a lot of stuff. Oh, come on, don't do this. Let me go back to expansion. So that's Felicia Winters. So Ed Mann, that's the Alliance group. I mean, look, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on there. It's pretty cool. I am sort of interested in Alliance. I kind of want to beef up my Federation ranks. I'm going to beef up my ranks in all of them, and then eventually I'm going to go into Alliance because I want to. Or maybe I don't even have to. I can just work with the minor factions, you know? So that's Empire. Aisling Duval. I like her. She's hot. But I found out that the Empire uses slaves. But actually, Aisling Duval led a conflict to try to eliminate slavery. So there's a possibility that her group does not have slavery. I don't know. Maybe that's something we can find out in our role play. This woman here, the purple, definitely they use slaves, and they don't want any of their slaves moved out of their systems. Well, gameplay wise, if I go in there and run missions and export slaves out of there, I doubt that's going to have an impact on the slave economy, because it's just a mission. But I don't know. I could be wrong, but I'm probably not. I probably am. So that's Felicia. Now let's go to. Let's see. Felicia is. Oh, Felicia's Federation. I was mistaken. Yeah, they're kind of stuck in the middle, so that's why they're having issues. So, you know, that might be a good place to start. That's where the Sol system is in here. I don't know. There's Delta Pavonis. I made a thing down there. I don't know if I can find. See, I didn't do this with this in mind, with this chart the way it's set up. Oh, you know what? It's only going to show. It's not going to show Sol system because that's Federation. But maybe what we can do is that's Zachary Hudson. So the Sol system should show up here. There's Sol. So it's these systems that I'm kind of interested in, like exploring, you know, learning the game, that kind of thing. There's the Wolf system. Anything that's greater than like 20 light years away, like the familiar systems, the Wolf systems, um, 16 Cygni. Let's see. I'm trying to find Bernard. Well, Bernard, see, all the stars might not be in there because they might be controlled by other systems. But there's the Sol system. So if I go back to Felicia, that won't show up. Oh, it does, but it's in gray. You can just barely see it. See, it's very close. But I don't want to get in there because if that's an area of conflict, you know, there's going to be a lot of crap going on. Alright, so let's just continue. This is an Empire system here. This is Denton Patrius. So they're down at the bottom. That's the Federation. Which is where and I found out that I didn't do the whole tutorial. I could have got a ship with the SRV. I didn't. If I finished the tutorials, I didn't do it. What are you gonna do? You know. All right. So this is independently Yang Rui. It looks like they're fairly close. Like, you know, maybe I'm thinking I want to run missions between Federation, Independent, you know, so I can gain a foothold in their factions. And their superpower, actually. So I don't know yet. There's Acadia. There's Tori. There's Taurus down there. Let's see what other systems is down there. If I go to map. Okay, it stays there. Oh, fuck. The stars don't show up. Why? Why aren't the stars showing up? What am I missing? Nothing's showing up. Oh, you know why? Because I've got to click on something. It's a bug. So if I click on this, all those dots will come back. It's not like a bug, but it's sort of a bug. Let's see if I can go back here. Now maybe I can see more systems. Okay, now I can. So so now you can see the yellow stars. There's a bunch of yellow stars. There's a bunch of gray stars. All these gray stars have nothing in them. But I mean, this is part of the exploring, you know, just farting around. I don't think there's any settlements. I don't know, but I mean, I don't know because I don't have the map, you know, the mapping. I mean, why would they be there if they didn't want to explore, you know, do something, right? There's those guys down there. Actually, they're... So, it looks like Acadia is the entry point over there. Let's see what else we've got. There's Empire. Yeah, that's another one there. So, we want to get away from Empire. They're encroaching. You know, I want to be in an area where when I start doing stuff that I'm not in a conflict between 3 frickin' zones. And that's all going to be around Seoul. And I want to find Sirius. Let's see if we can find... I want to find Sirius. S-I-R-I-U-S. This would be map. Okay, they're serious. That requires a permit. I think, I don't know. What if Soul shows up here? See, you gotta move this map really slow. There's Bernard Star. See, I wanted, these are all independent. So there's independent, there's stuff there. Where, there's, Federation. That's kind of where I'm heading. See, there's Delta Pavonis down there. What if I wanted to go straight to Alpha Centauri? I can't make a route. I could make a route there. That's Sol. Oh, that's Alpha Centauri right there. Is that on the end? Oh, we gotta go there tonight. Now see, that's only freaking 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps. Those are all independent. Maybe we could run some independent missions. Let's look at now why don't the trade routes show up? See the trade routes? That's awful close to Seoul. I can't go over there. I mean, I don't want to do missions that close to Seoul. I need to be further away. Now, see, I tried to click out and I hit a freaking star. Let me hit the star again. So that centers everything. Maybe I've got to click that star in order to find out the... it's not working. Maybe it's because I haven't been there. So we're probably in a good area. There's a green star. I don't know why I can't see the trade routes though. That bothers the crap out of me. So anyway, no, come on, just get the fuck out of there. Alright, so that's Empire. We don't want to deal with them. No, let's see, this is independent. Where is... That's another independent group. There's Acadia. Wait, he's got 52 control systems, 560 command capital, 51. Alright, before I go any further... Okay, so now what I wanted to do, like I was saying before, I'll just go through the rest of these. No, this is independent, but it's green. This is Archon Delane. Wow, there's like 3 independent groups. He's got a spider thing on his. They're all over there. Alright, what's this guy? This guy's independent. Holy shit. Why do the green stars show up? Where the hell is Alliance? See, I'm bordering on Alliance expansion. Wow, I think Alliance is trying to like wickedly expand. I think that's what this is. That's where I got this set on. Expansion. So they're really going to town here. So now, let's see, let me just go back to here. See, Alliance and Federation, they're all expanding in the same area, doing a bunch of crap. Let me go back to real map. And click on here. I like the music in there, it's kind of cool. See, I want to get a sense of... That's Alpha Centauri, so I gotta go back this way. Now let me go back to power play. This is Federation. See, if I work with Federation, I feel like I'm fairly safe. If I go into these unexplored systems and I'm online, those are all fair game. These gray systems are fair game for PvP. And I could attack PvE ships without getting a warrant, unless if I was scanned with a whatchamacallit warrant thingy. Now I just want to look at, that's independent. There's Acadia down there. I don't want to go down there. Now there's this group here. They're like way down there. The other group's closer. That's independent. I thought there was another one. This guy. I don't know who this is. Oh, you know what? The colors of the stars has to do with high profit systems. Ah. So what you do is you buy from high profit and sell to the low or something? A loss-making system. So green, orange, and red, and if it's red, they're not making a lot of money. Where am I at? I'm in here. They're not making, Malacca is not even, it says, see the overhead? It says minus, wait, radius income. Potential loss, see that's gray. Potential loss is minus 10. Malachi, radius profit is 18. Why is that green? I mean, it's white. Oh shit, what happened? Did it just change color? Oh, it changed color because I signaled on it. But See, the green one's going in the hole. All these green ones, potential loss, are losing money. Why are they saying in the chart it's a high profit system? Upkeep. That's why, because it's costing so much money to keep it up. These big ones. Alright, so what I wanted to do, well, let me go back here. I'm trying, this thing keeps popping up and it's annoying me. Where am I? So I want to go back to, I guess, this independent guy. I think it's the closest one to find some independent missions. There's his headquarters. Wait, why? I'm like right on the edge there of his expansion. There's not a lot of independent systems. If I could get in an area where there's, well, my ships are down here. I'm making good money here for now. You know, maybe I could work this area, I guess. It's as good a place as any, I guess. Just stay where I'm at. There's a mix of independence out here, and you know, I'm in a good spot. Mary. Alright, so let's take this area. We'll just stay where I'm at. So now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go to I'm gonna go to here. Now where is this? Now I'm looking for something. Looking for something special here. I know it's in here. Oh my god, I thought I saw it in here. Population. Trade, commercial. See, that's got 15.3 billion. It says it's controlled by Ed Mann, but he's Alliance, and that's saying it's independent. Allegiance is independent, but it's controlled by Ed Mann. So there's some things to learn about, you know, right within our own area. But I'm looking for something. And I can't find it. Ooh, here we go. Visited stars. Visited, not visited. Star class. Cartographic data. Data acquired. Purchase trending trade data. Oh, maybe that's what I did? Oh, see, I bought the trending trade data for that system, and now it's showing up on the graph. It's only 100 credits. So where is... What else have we got here? Security. I don't know exactly what that means. High, medium, low, anarchy. Wow. Dictatorship, agriculture. Now see, the dictatorship would be one that I could get into, actually. Maybe we could try to overthrow this one. LHS 3167. LHS, but I wanted to look up something. State. Let's see, it's not showing. It looks like it's showing up gray. The state is none. That's what I wanted to look for. It's the state right here. Alright, well, look, I'll go back to that in a minute. So that's an agricultural system too. Do I have the trade data? There's no trade data. Trending trade data acquired. Oh, no, don't go away, please. So, okay, so, wait a minute, it's not in this one, is it? See, I'm looking for famine. I thought it was in here somewhere. Economy, government. There's the different types of government. Civilization. Human, guardians, Thargoids. Services. Oh. Material trader encoded. Tech broker. Did I go here? Please tell me there's a system in here. Oh, there's all kinds of systems in here. And 3 asteroid belts, holy crap. None of these planets have rings on them. The only problem is you end up starting here and you have to travel all the way down here. There's an icy body. Planetary map. That's a sucky system if you ask me, with the binary freaking stars. But it's an agricultural system. What else has it got in here? Allegiance, Federation, Independent, Independent. There's only Arthjet and United Systems Imperium. There's two controlling factions in there. Oh, there's a Federation and Independent. Yeah, so there's actually Federation Independent, huh? See, I could influence the system somehow. Blah, I don't know. Landfall planets? What the hell does this mean? Oh, L3167A1. Oh, that's what this blue circle means. Yeah, but it doesn't show what's there. Alright, let me try it. Let's see, I still didn't find what I was looking for. Black market. Material trader. Services. Commodity. Commodity. Reactive armor. Import-export price. What's this? Commodity prices. Advanced catalyst. Jesus, what the hell? I'm looking for medicines, advanced medicines. Import 1750. $17.50. Purchase trending trade data. Compare in commodities market. Did I just freeze the game? Oh my god, it's fucking 1 o'clock already. I wanted to do something in the game. Fuck. I don't know, something happened. Oh, I gotta click there. Compare in commodities market. Clear from commodities market. Allegiance. None. Civilization. Economy. state. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for right there. Okay, now we can see the state. Okay, most of these are in the blue. They're booming. So we would have to buy from a booming and trade to, you know, something that was in famine or something. Where is my place here? My place is over here. What's this one doing? Investment. They're in a state of investment. That's way the hell down there. Look at all the blue. These are all booming. So we want to find a place that's wait. See, there's a couple systems there that are gray. Terrorist attack is none. Probably because there's no stars in this system. See, there's no population there. Are these all booming? Where is... There's Malachi. Where did that go to? Beta Triangulus. Huh. I can't find that system I was looking at. Gloopy. There's a white one. Investment. There's a small system there. There's a system. Core system sector. What the? Wait a minute, what was I just freaking looking at? Oh, Malachi? It says it's in a state of none. It's not booming or anything. I wonder if I should look up that system. See, there's like one road there. Malachi's kind of in the middle, ain't it? But it's not really, like I couldn't get to it before. It's kind of spread out further. Where did I go? I'm trying to remember, where in the hell did I come from? Zeta, it was the one before Zeta. I don't think it was Beta. I think it was Mari. And then I went to here to try to get to there, and I couldn't get there. But I wanna work my way up or over or something. Wait, what's this over here? There's a refinery. Oh, look at these two right here. Out on the ass end of space. I'm gonna plot a route there. And go there. Then we go back to freaking, see what I wanted to do is I wanted to cross out all of these. Like this. And then go to famine. And see if there's any. I guess there's no systems that are in famine. Because I don't see any. Around here. Investment. Election. Outbreak. This one is in something. Investment. Civil liberty. That's where I'm at right now. LHS 6031. That's what I was looking for. So I found that. LHS 6031. So let's go see if we can find that. So I'll go here. And I'm done with this guy. So how can I search for LHS 6031? And there it is. The control system is Malachi. Traffic 24 plus ships. How do you expand this? He expanded this thing somehow. Shift wheel to zoom. Drag the graph to expand. Shift plus wheel. Pandora? What the hell is Pandora? Pandora is trying, well, they're trying to like make a comeback or something. I don't fucking know. Leaders of Santee. Oh, remember I was doing a bunch of stuff there? Pandora. Natural disaster, civil war. States, terrorist attack. States, none. Natural disaster, none. Who came out of natural disaster? Camorra? Camorra of LH 3061. Large pads. I want to look up this other one. Let's see what this is. I'll look up Malachi in a minute. I want to look up Khepri. 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 Permit required, Class K. Oh, it's a scoopable. That's nice. Large population, high security. Copy to clipboard. Alright, so these are the systems. Now, what's this? Crimson State Group is 32%. Nearest inhabited systems. So he said something about these numbers. Wow, look, they're all freaking 7, 8. Oh my god. That's 28 light years away. So we couldn't do anything with any of the factions in any of these systems. Because, like, this one's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. $185 ships exploited by Felicia Winters. Oh, jeez. I mean, like, I don't think there's anything I can do there. Unless one of these are the nearest. It's like you have to work your way up or something? I don't know. I mean, look at these. There's 3 factions that are going right downhill here. Like, in other words, if I wanted my own faction to be there. Khepri Incorporated, Kerry Autocracy, Khepri Law Party. Independence of Khepri. Crimson State Armada. I don't know. What does all these dots mean? Oh, there's a player. That's why. They're player factions. They're in election with somebody. Cooperative. their corporate government, corporate cooperative, Crimson State in elections. I don't know how the hell that works. That's confusing. Power. And these guys. These guys are also corporate and federation. Factions updated at 11 p.m. already, I guess. Dictatorship, boom and war. So they're at war with Gewedi Focus. Conservatives of Gewedi. These are independent dictatorship. So if I helped Gewedi Focus, okay, Gewedi Focus is fighting Armada. So if I were to go to Gewedi Focus and help them, because they're at war, I could give them a higher percentage of influence this whole next week. That's a non-player faction. That's Gewedi. I want to look at that other. Just remember that one. I want to go look at the one next to it. Mass zoning. Mass zoning. This is complicated, interested stuff. So they're also controlled by Armada Corporation. And they only have 35,000 people there. Now Sony Jet Company. Okay, so now let me think, how does this work? What if I went to war? See, they're in anarchy. What if I went to war with these people, the Mazzoni Blue family? That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 7 there. If I got rid of them completely, they're in anarchy. Then I could create a faction there. But look at Armada frickin' Corporation, 53% booming. Way to fuck over here. Star Systems presence. Influence. Mazzoni, 53%. He's on the ass end of space. So he's at war with Gewedi. So if I got all of these groups at war, if I helped all of these groups out, to fight against Armada. Maybe we could take over that little piece of pie in Elite Dangerous, huh? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Now that's Mazzoni. But I don't know. See, that's Mazzoni Blue. They're in Bust, Civil Unrest, and Outbreak. Let's go back over.
To increase your influence. And that means that as soon as the conflict goes out of pending and actually starts, you could already have a large enough gap to win the conflict. It will still last for the minimum length of 3 days before it will end, but you could then essentially win the conflict before it even started. You can see here it says +1 here. The +1s is in case that that one of the factions
Shit, I gotta bleed through this ad. It's gone.
dive into the background simulation, and we're going to talk about the steps you need to take in order to take over a stage. Initiate our own conflict because we would probably have to.
So there's Outbreak. Okay. Combat missions and actions don't contribute. Medicine has double effect. Recovery 6 to 8. Oh, let me see what he's got to say here.
Wait before they could clear that out. So as soon as we cleared them over here and they have gone out of election, we would then have to wait for our 2 days, 2 ticks, so 2 server ticks, before we could initiate our own conflict, because we would probably have to wait before they could clear that out so we could go into another state again. So let's jump back to power here, and let's say that we have now cleared the
Values and highlight cells are not observed but taken from old supplied data. Recent testing has shown that combat missions no longer contribute to influence. So in other words, if I did combat missions for this group that's in Outbreak, you said something about these numbers over here, working my way up or something. I don't know. Now it says, so after that, let's say they try to recover. They're in Outbreak right now, and they're trying to recover, or they're still in Outbreak. Actually, I could go find out, couldn't I? How long were they in Outbreak? Let's see. It's Mazzoni Blue family. So if I go Mazzoni Blue family, did that whole thing show up over there? They're only in 1-star system. None. None. It says there are none. It looks like they just started. Civil unrest. corporate federation, 1% influence.
So let's jump back.
Oh shit, where the hell is...
Of the in case the losing faction owns any stations in the system, there will be 1 day of asset transfer where the conflict will still be going, but it wouldn't be ended because there's like handing over stuff. You have a maximum length, and then you have a recovery time, which is how many days or how many server ticks would go before you could go into that state again. And okay, so if we wanted to go and clear Paula Interstellar, we can see here that there is an effect of election that combat mission has no effect. So that means if you're running combat related missions and actions, they do not contribute towards your influence. So you have to go and do something else. You would have to hand in cartography data or run other types of mission. If, of course, that is the Paula state and still owns a station in the system. So do they do that? They do not. So they don't own a station, so we can't do any trade, and we can't do any handing in exploration data. So we would have to just run missions, and it would be something else than combat missions for this to properly work. So as soon as we cleared them over here, and they have gone out of election, we would then have to wait for our 2 days, 2 ticks, so 2 server ticks, before we could initiate our own conflict, because we would probably have to wait before they could clear that out, so we can go into another state again. So let's jump back to power here, and let's say that we have now cleared the... it's been a few days, let's say, and we have cleared the conflicts. They are no longer in any conflict in any systems. They're not pending conflict in any systems. And we have now moved up, and we have now matched our influence. Now, again, looking at, you can find these images in the forum post I will link in the description as well. You can see here the effects that the different states have. So for instance, right now purple is in famine, so you can see here that combat missions and actions do not contribute, so no combat missions when we are in famine. But trading in food has double effects, but again, we don't own a station at this point, so we can't really go and do trade. Okay, so once we're logged into the conflict, we will then have to run that through, and once the 3 days of pending, 3 days of conflict, and the 1 day of asset transfer is over, so 1 week, 7 days, Purple Syndicate will now be the owner of the station, and it would probably go and become an anarchy system, because this is an anarchy faction, so you couldn't change the system like that. And that's the brief overview of what you would have to do. Now, there's a lot more to it in terms of how this whole influence increasing work, but that's going to be for a separate video later on. But for now, at least, that's the basics of how.
Yeah. Then there was another... Where did I see his other video? How to conquer a system? How to take over a station, how to conquer a system.
Incoming. Liberty Mutual will take 96.
Liberty Mutual, you can just, just kiss my A double, because it's really nothing I can do about it right now.
We once again dive into the realm of background simulations, and today we're going to talk about expansions, investments, and how you're going to take over a new system. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous without with astronomy. Today we're going to dive into the BGS guides again. I haven't done one in a while, so I thought it was about time that I went back to it. And today we're going to talk about how you get your faction, your player faction, to expand into a specific system that you've decided on, and how you control the whole expansion thing. And as an example today, I'm going to be using this channel's community's own player faction called Terra X Astro Corps, which of course you're more than welcome to join. Just follow the link for Discord and find the Terra X channels over there, and you will be able to get all the information you need. Now, you can see here that we are currently in 2 systems. We are Nakatuven, and we are in our home system, of course, LP. So, for today's example, we are going to to imagine that we want to expand into this system, CE35. It's not currently on our expansion target list, but I'm going to use it as an example regardless. It's a very big system. There's a ton of stations. And we're going to come back into what we actually need to get into the system. Now, the way you get your faction to expand is to hit over 70% influence. So if we go back to our copy, we're going to LP. You can see here that we have definitely had our peak here, where we peaked over 70%, and this is when we had our expansion into Agatuvan. Because when you go over 70%, you can begin to trigger the state called expansion, and this is the state at which you will expand into a new system. Now, of course, as you make your way up to 70% in a system, you're gonna be passing the 60% market, as we talked about last time. When you do that, you will initiate a conflict, or you will most likely initiate a conflict if they're not in a conflict anywhere else with the controlling faction in the system. So if you're not already in the controlling faction in the system, just be prepared for that you are going to get into a conflict before you manage to get to those 70%. But let's just, for the sake of this, imagine that you have already the controlling faction in a system, and you have now made it to 70%, and you are now ready to begin preparing for this expansion. Now, it might not happen right away, because if we have a look at this little diagram here, we can see here that expansion is a second tier state, and that means that every state that's a tier higher can block it. That means war, civil war, and elections, so all conflict states. So if you're in multiple systems, if you are in a war or a conflict anywhere.
Before he goes any further, now I'm remembering the controlling system. So if I go to power play, wait, I think. Okay, see this is the controlling. Oh, it's just any one of these. This is their sphere of influence. Its distance from headquarters 75 light years. Yeah, but look at he's gonna lose 26 command credits. This is the Federation. This is the Federation. That one's gonna lose. So you would have to. So it'd be like I'd be fighting for the Federation here, because that's where all of these other systems are having an influence. But now wait, okay, see? You wait just a minute now. This is expansion. Oh, and it's just on the inside of that expansion loop. It's right on the edge. Which is a good place, because you wouldn't think there'd be that much activity there, right? So if I go back, this is the middle one. These are Federation and these are independent. That's Mazzoni. Where's Kepri? That's the one on the end. 4 independents. Ooh. Crimson State Group. Crimson State Group. What about Mazzoni? Crimson State Group's not in here. So I wonder who this is. Crimson State Group. Origin. Blue. 17 Star Systems. Maybe we could join with them. Are they independent? They are. Player faction. Yes. Squadron. Crimson State Group. Origin. Luke. Now where is Luke? Let's see if we can find that in relation to where this is here. L-U-G-H. Really? That's controlled by Alliance. Let's go look at power play. Oh, there's a bubble. There's a expansion bubble there for Alliance. Right smack in the middle of fucking nowhere. Fuck. Where is... They're like real close to this, aren't they? That's his command headquarters is here. That's Alliance. And I noticed that there's systems in there that are... Let me just go back. They're orange. Like these are... medium profit systems. A lot of medium profit systems here. But this is on the ass end of space. How do you get from... Well, that's not that bad. I mean, just go around a corner. But that would be difficult for... I talk too much. I think we're getting lucky to find something here, is what I'm thinking. I could still work with this faction. Crimson State Group. Our group has been around since beta, primarily focused on maintaining Lug and the surrounding areas as free from Federation interest as possible. We took Lug from the Federation 3 years ago and have maintained that status since then. They only have 4 members. Seriously? Oh my god, I should join these guys. These are rank elite. They're all elite. Supporters, 4 ships. 62 ships? Holy god. Minor faction headquarters. Their allegiance is independent. And these are their players. Fleet, Anaconda, Python, Cobra, Eagle, Clipper. these guys have been playing since God knows when. No logbooks found. January of 2019. Engineering access. He's found all the engineers or something. Grade 1 access, that's the first one. He bought a beluga liner and a Type 10 that's his achievement history. Yeah, but he's got all these other freaking... These are like $50 million ships. The Python is 50 million freaking credits. The crate thingy. Holy shit, they're in trouble. I think. Whitney Terminal. These are all AI. Wait. That's where they're located. 36 star systems, 25 stations, a settlement and a mega ship. Supporters. 0 of 71. LHS. I don't recognize any of those places. Controlled stations. Keeler Vision. Whitney Terminal. Star system. What does this distance mean? I think it's the distance from Sol. Wait, no, this is a star system. I have no idea. If I can find that. There's a lot. That's not gonna show up there, is it? Well, I can't worry about that right now because I'm trying to figure something else out. That's to find that. Okay, what's this guy here? Wait, where's the other guy? Roby? This is no character biography found. Wait, there's only 4. No character biography. Credits? Holy shit, wait a minute. It shows credits? This one doesn't show credits. No character biography. Assets and credits. 100,000, 100 million, 2 billion in assets. Holy God. Ranks. Elite Combat, Elite Trade, Ranger Exploration, Admiral Federal, Count Imperial, Crimson State Recruit. I think that's the same one. This one's got 800,000 and 800 million in assets and 400 million in freaking credits. Dangerous Broker, Elite Exploration, Midshipman, Federal. Tycoon Trade, Elite Exploration, blah 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 blah. 1 billion in credits. Details. Fleet value. That's all his ships. Holy shit. Target loadout. Where the hell did they go to? Did I lose them? Fuck. Oh shit, I lost. I lost a group now. It's Kepri, K-E-H-P-R-I. Shit. K-E-P. Kepri? That isn't it. Oh, wait. H-E... Capri. Crimson State Group. Wait a minute, what? Headquarters, Armada Corporation? Oh, they're both together. Controlling faction. Headquarters is Armada Corporation. Oh, what the fuck is this? They're Spanish? "86 members." Fuck. They're Spanish. And they play on Xbox. So how could you fight them? You couldn't combat with them because they're on Xbox. Wait a minute. In coalition with... They're not on here. This is a different... This isn't the right one. What the hell is going on? No, something's weirded out here. Squadron, Crimson State Group. How the hell do you get a hold of them? They're PC players. How'd I get a hold of these guys? Oh, look at this. It's a website. Oh, it's a server not found. Are you fucking shitting? Crimson State Group. Let's see if I can find them. Crimson State Group. Or I could just add their names onto my list. Let's see here. Copy. Holy shit, they're on the wiki here. Commander Dirty Fecker in-game challenged the developers, premised that systems in the galaxy can be flipped, in this case from Federation to Independent. It hasn't been done yet. A move of which the Sons of Khan called an occupation authorized the Crimson State in the 3rd century. The loot system was liberated at the end of the War of the Louvre, known as the Great War of 3301. Strange. Well, the only way to get a hold of them is to add these names. I wonder if my name is on there. Royby, he's the commander. Where is, that's just commander search. Commander guest. Search. What are you looking for, commander? Harbin. Minor harbingers of atrocity. there's my minor faction. Shit. Okay, let's go back here. Let's go. We're gonna do this, I think. We're gonna work on those two systems and maybe help, because those are independent and they're related to, you know, it sounds like it's a start. You know, you gotta start somewhere. Let me go to here, and let me go to here. You have no pending friend requests. Squadron feed, incoming text. Chat. Do I have to go somewhere else to find them? Let's go back again. I may have to go on my website. So how would I do that? Do I go here? Forums, log in. Oh, something's it's asking me to register. I don't want to register. My fucking god. Oh, why is it doing this to me? I wonder if I can find it on this other site. Stations, factions. Okay, jump to a minor faction. Crimson. I can't even remember the name of it now. Oh my god, no. Wait, it's back here? Crimson State Group. Crimson State Group. Right here. Compact view. Crimson State Group is incorporated with its respective home government. What the fuck? What is all this shit? I don't know what to do. There's no way to get a hold of anybody. From the main menu at the start of the game. The main menu at... Oh, the main menu. So if I go back to exit... Social... Commander name... ROYBE... Search... Active 3 months ago. Add friend, request join group. Let me look up the other guys. There's only 4 people in that whole group. Well, we figured that out. I think we're getting somewhere. So we've got Bertone, Bert 1. Let's see. So he's the commander of that group. They have been active for 3 months. Connemara. 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 4 months. Wow. And Night Storm. Six months. This guy hasn't been on either. So my best hope is back here. ROYBE. Now it says add friend. Request join group. Oh God. Groups. Create a private group. Your group, other groups, blocked. Commander name, online first, filter. Wait, what if I look up CRIMS Crimson State Group? Social groups. Crimson State Group, 0 results found. Crimson State. Social groups. Months ago. Blocked, report, commander name, friends, groups. Created private group lets you play online sessions with the members of the group only, so any other online commanders won't be able to interact with any member. I don't know what else to do. Current game mode, solo play? I don't know how else to... It says 118 members, but there's only 4 here, so something's missing. Headquarters, Luke. Squadron Commander. Controlled by Evan Mahan. System minor factions, Crimson State Group, German War Gaming, Dominion of Luke, infrastructure failure. It says there's 118 people. Wait, let me go back. Crimson State Group. What is this Baldwin Gateway? That's a station. System. Luke for Equality. German War Gaming. What the fuck? Luke Defense Force is recovering from a pirate attack. Dominion of Luke is infrastructure. They're fucked. Jesus. Is that, did that say? See, it doesn't say. Huh. Let me try to find it again here. Shit. Crimson Group. Minor faction. There's another thing there. ED board. Facebook. They're on Facebook. Wow, their last post there was January of 2015. Hello, El Coyote. Huh. Yeah, I'm trying to do some research. I'm trying to get some information on a faction, a player faction. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's I'm gonna go ahead and I've got a place to go to.
Unsanctioned acts of aggression will not be tolerated.
Let me just make sure my ship has been sitting here sucking up fuel. I'm doing good with this game. Oh, he left. I think he left. Alright, so anyway, let me just go back out. We're gonna go and go over there. It's only like 2 freaking jumps from where I'm at.
Ship restraints retracted. Access corridor is clear.
I'm trying to figure this out for 2 hours. Back, I noticed the chat there, El Coyote. I was trying to look for a faction. So, I'm actually going to go to a place that I'm thinking about trying to work on power play and working on influence. It's a couple of really close systems, and they're right on the tail end of like they're at the end of a system line thing. Where the hell am I here? I hope I'm going the right way.
Frameshift drive charging.
Might end up in the booty somewhere here. Get into this power play and start influencing. And I got some ideas. Yeah, I'm learning, trying to figure it all out. Where am I here? that's only a few systems away from where I made all those credits.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So supposedly in this system, there's a faction, and there's a bunch of factions, but there's 2 player factions. One of them is German Wargaming, and the other one's Crimson State Group, which I'm thinking I want to join them and see if we can get them to take over these 2 systems out here. Now somehow I'm supposed to have my thing set up. Fire groups. See, I'm on. It says C. I'm supposed to be on. So this is what I don't know how to do yet. Do I hit C? Wait. I don't know how to get into this fire group. I don't know how to work the HUD. Let's see. Yeah. There's some ships back there. I mean, I could just go to A and freaking do it. Because I don't know how to set this thing up yet. See if I can get this thing to work. I probably already have this info. Maybe I don't. Alright, so Crimson State Group, 30%. And these guys are like 20%. I think this is German. These are Federation, this is Independent. So the story is that the Crimson State Group, when the game first came out, they wanted to try to convert this back to, they wanted to convert it from Federation to Independent. And the Alliance leader actually has, there's some control over the system. So, and then there's these other factions. Like some of these are in a state of, well, they need help. So I'm almost thinking, like, I don't know if you can actually get rid of one of them by just attacking their ships, or I don't really know yet. Let's see, that's Armada. I don't want to mess with that. That's Crimson State. That's Kepri Jet Public. Why don't we just go there? It's probably the closest. Let's see what's over there. This is a player-owned faction, by the way. Crimson State Group? Whoa, really? Huh, so a player-owned faction actually has AI ships in the game. There's a capital ship out here. Shipping lane. I wonder what this capital ship is. Exploring. Goodbye. Take it easy there, El Coyote. Yeah, we're just trying to figure some stuff out here. I wonder what this capital ship is. Now there's a landable place there. Could go a little faster. Capital ship. Interesting. We're gonna figure it out, how to take over a system. Look at those ships up there. Are they fighting each other? Crimson State Group, System Authority vessel. Did I just go by that capital ship? The capital ship is an adder. Oh, I gotta start scanning stuff and figure out what they're doing out here. There's a lot of activity here. This capital ship is moving? What the hell's going on here? Check this out, huh? FNS Courageous. Is that a turret? I can't scan the thing because I don't know how to set up the buttons. Servers are gonna go down in 30 minutes because they're doing the little change thing. Yeah, that's a turret there. I still haven't figured out my those damn buttons. Crimson State Group Capital Ship. Oak City. That's on the moon or something. Where am I? I don't have a surface scanner. Capri AB3A. Oh wait, what's this? Independence of Kefri. Kefri Jetpack. Blah. Kefri Jetpack. Blah. I can't even pronounce the damn names. How come they don't show up? Here it is. 13.6%. This is Oxley base. This is Independence of... That's Federation. That's Federation. All three of those are Federation. Circle. Why can't I? There we go.
Cannot comply.
Cannot comply.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, we're gonna go here.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
I just want to see what they got in there. Actually, going too fast or something. Wait, that's 5,000 LS. What's going on here? Something's weirding out. This thing's gonna shut down in 30 minutes. I want to get there and land. Why the hell is this giving me such a problem? All this stuff. Actually, base. Should be able to land before they shut it down. I guess that'll be it for the night. I was up for another hour of Elite Dangerous, but Thursday is their thing where they update all of the states of the power play stuff, factions and all that stuff. I actually wanted to go to the next system over. Yeah, I am slowing down. Jesus. I almost ran smack dab into that moon. Or planet. The gravity, I guess, kind of messed me up a little. Place here.
Zorban Peterson, Hotel Alpha Romeo, please comply with access protocols before commencing docking procedures. Docking request approved. Please make your way to landing pad 2-1. Automated approach engaged.
So, let's see what they got here for missions. If any of them are any good. So my object here, there's one faction here that I don't know if it just gets started or in the next system over. If I just create my own faction, then I can become a native here.
Scan detected.
Maybe. I don't know yet. But if it's true, it's a heck of a lot more than I could ever do in Eve. After all the money I spent on that game. Let's just go to the hangar here, where it's quieter. Nice little, nice little pad here. I can bring, well, I don't have to bring my ships here or nothing, but, yes, it's quieter. Missions. Let's see what they got. So I'm looking at the faction names. Crimson State Group, there it is, right there. No, these are just AI people. Armada, Capri Jet. Planetary Scan, I can't do any of those. Magnates, Courier Job, huh? donate money to the cause. That's the faction. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna do that yet, because the leader of that group hasn't been on for like 3 months, and I guess there's 118 members, but the website only showed. And why is this red here? See that? Okay, wait just a minute. Kepler Law Party. Boom time delivery, 5 million credits. See, they need help because these guys are low on the totem pole of influence. It probably cost me more credits to get the water. So it'd be like I'd be like helping these people out or something. Or I want to get rid of them. They've even got people in here. Seeking adventure. A transport, 170. Night seeing it seeks adventure. Now see, I could do this and help him out. Sort of. Worldcraft theme park, yeah. There's a transport. 16 light years away. There's some credits there. I gotta figure some stuff out about this faction stuff. Sightseeing. That's all done. Crimson faction, state system influence. My reputation is neutral. Oh, here we go. There's some stuff here. Detailed traffic report. Top 5 local bounties. We got 15 minutes. Federal Corvette. Trickster Python. 20,000? 21,000 and he's in a Python? Well, you don't get a lot of money there. Not a lot of credits. Kepler Law Party status. Kepler 7.2%. Kepler Incorporated 8%. It says they're happy. Huh. So the website was a little bit off because their percentage is a lot higher than 1%. Oh, maybe it's one of these. This faction is preparing for an election against this group in the Nagnate system. None of the assets controlled by the faction are at risk. The faction is expecting an outbreak. The faction defeated blah blah blah. An election took over Armor Vision and the Corsair system. The faction is engaged in conflict with Goeti. Focus on the Goeti system. The faction is in danger of losing control of Orange Halo production. The faction has dominated the conflict for 0 days. So I don't necessarily like this Armada corporate status group. So I may want to help this Goeti system. I don't know where that is. Goeti, G-E. Galnet. Let's see what Galnet says. Galnet. Hastling DeVal. They're in the red. Felicia Winters. They're in the red. $127 in the red. I'm trying to think of the other guy's name. The Independent. This is an Independent. So this guy's doing good. Where is... that's Ed Mann there. He's the Alliance faction guy. Oh, shit. It's a nav beacon. I could scan that beacon to get information later. So I'm up here, and I guess these guys are at 7%. Maybe it was the other system that I hadn't gotten over to. I think it's the other one. But anyway, this is... We'll close in 10 minutes, yes dear. Oh, it doesn't say... Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. Exploration, commodities, fuel, outfitting, shipyard, auto dock, crew lounge, search and rescue. Black market is disabled. That's agriculture. Importing those items there. Exporting limpets. Prohibited. And that's industrial, that's in the same system. Wait, shit. This is independent, 30%. Armada 20, Armada 20, Crimson State 30. How did they control the individual places? I thought it was just the whole system. I don't know. Interesting stuff to learn. What else can I glean from this? Probably nothing. there's the... Where's the other... Wait a minute, where am I? Oh, I didn't know here. This is a hub. There's a hub here. I thought this was the end of the road. But it's not. See, there's this other planet I was looking at. This other system. But it's got stuff going to it. Well, that makes it not so lucrative now. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to be like, try to get into a system that is at the end of the road type of deal. Like, see here? It looks like it's at the end of the road. So, I don't know. Now I've landed there and I can see other trails that I couldn't see before. Oh. But the other thing is this area here. It's sort of kind of in the middle of nowhere. And it's not really booming. But they all must be connected. I don't know. I'll have to do some more research and try to figure out. There's another map thing I can look at and see if I can find something that's sort of like at the end of the line somewhere where nobody wants to do anything with. Just little old me out on the ass end of space trying to figure out Elite Dangerous. Yeah. I'm done for the night.